Good morning and welcome to today's tricky word lesson. And to begin with, we're going to warm up our brains like usual with all of the tricky words that we've learnt so far. So, are you ready? Oh, I can't hear you. Are you ready? Fantastic. Right. You say them first and then we'll do them again and I'll say them with you. Ready? Steady? How did you get on? Brilliant, well done. We've got so many tricky words to get through now. Now this time, I'm going to say them with you. Let me shuffle them up a little bit so they're in a different order. Are you ready? Was, go, me, we, be, no, so, the, she, is, I, a, he. Well done, everyone.
Wow, well done for reading all of those tricky words. There's so many that we've learned now. So now you've practiced your flashcards with Miss Hollenby, it's time to play our tricky word game for this week. Now this is a very active tricky word game. There's going to be lots of running and be careful, make sure your space is clear so you don't trip over when you're playing this game. What your grown-up will need to do is stick your tricky word flashcards around the room that you're playing in, okay? So maybe you could pause the video now and get your grown-up to stick them on the wall. Are they all stuck up? Well done. Now what you need to do is your grown-up needs to shout one of the tricky words. So I'm going to let Miss Hollenby be my grown-up.
Okay, shall I shout the first word, Miss Talbot?
Yes.
Fine, tricky word, I.
So then what you need to do is you need to look around the room and see if you can find the tricky word that your grown-up has said. It's not that one. Oh, let's go over here. It's not this one. Oh, I found it, Miss Hollenby. So I'm going to run over and splat. Oh. Okay. And then you can do it with all of the tricky words that are around the room. If you've got brothers and sisters, they can play with you too, and it can be a bit of a competition. Have fun.
Did you have fun playing your tricky word game? We did. Miss Hollenby and I played. We had so much fun. So now we finished playing and practicing all of the tricky words we've learnt so far. We are ready to learn our new tricky word of the week. Would you like to see it? Here it is. Oh! Right. Now tricky words are tricky because we can't sound them out. Shall I try? Let's see what happens if I try and sound this tricky word out. Here we go. Yeah. Ow. Yow. Yow. Is yow a real word? No. This tricky word is trying to trick us. This tricky word actually says you. Can you say you? Well done. I'm going to think of some sentences with the tricky word you in them. Can I play with you? That's a good sentence. How about, are you my friend? So I've thought of 2 sentences with the tricky word you in them. Maybe you could pause the video now and think of some sentences with your grown-up. Have a go now. Did you think of some sentences with the tricky word you? Well done. Excellent work. Now what we need to do is we need to work out which part of this naughty tricky word is trying to trick us. So first of all, I need my green pen. Here it comes, my magic green pen. Whoop! Now, this first letter here in the tricky word, it's not tricking us. The y is making the y sound in the tricky word you. It's making the right sound. But the next sound in the word is that naughty sound that's trying to trick us. So I need my red pen. My red pen. Now, normally, let me just try and draw it on like that. Normally, this digraph makes which sound? What sound does the O and the U make when they're sitting next to each other? Can you tell your grown-up? That's right. They normally make the ow sound when these 2 letters are together. The ow sound. But the O and the U are not making the ow sound in this tricky word. They're tricking us and they're making their ooh sound. Yeah, ooh. Yeah, this digraph is making the ooh sound and it shouldn't be. It should be making the ow sound. So this is the tricky part of the tricky word. I'm glad we worked that out. It helps us to remember the tricky words when we know which bit's trying to trick us. Now, what we're going to do next is you are going to have a go at writing the tricky word on your piece of paper. So get your cameras ready. Your cameras are in your eyes and you're going to take a picture of this tricky word with your eyes. Remember, it's got 3 letters, a Y, an O and a U. Let's take one more picture with our eyes. Okay, I'm going to hide it. Now pause the video and have a go at writing the tricky word on your piece of paper. Did you manage to write it down? How many times did you write it down? Lots, I hope. Shall we see if you remembered all of the letters in the tricky word you? Whoa! Is this what you wrote down? A Y, an O and a U? Excellent work, everybody. Now remember, don't just throw this piece of paper away or your piece of paper that you've written your tricky word on. Stick it up somewhere in your house and every time you walk past it, you can read that tricky word so it gets really stuck in your brain. Excellent work today, everybody. We can't wait to see your photos. Bye.